Have you ever found yourself walking a little slower than usual, feeling unsure of your footing, even on a flat surface? Maybe it was just a small misstep, a crack in the sidewalk you didn't see, or a rug corner that caught your foot. Maybe it didn't result in a fall, but it left you rattled. And maybe, just maybe, you started avoiding certain places or activities because you weren't sure if your body could handle it the way it used to. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone. Every 11 seconds, an older adult is rushed to the emergency room due to a fall. That's not just a number, it's real people. People who, just like you, were going about their daily lives and suddenly found their confidence shaken. But here's the good news. Falling doesn't have to be a part of aging. In fact, there are simple, practical ways to reduce your risk dramatically. No fancy equipment, no gym memberships, just 5 small changes in how you walk, yes, just the way you walk, that are already helping thousands of older adults feel stronger, more stable, and more in control of their bodies again. And today, I want to walk through the first 2 of those simple yet powerful techniques with you. These are changes that anyone can do, no matter your age, your fitness level, or even your starting confidence. Let me introduce you to someone named Evelyn. She's 72, lives in Ohio, and not long ago, she found herself in the same boat many of us have been in. 2 falls, one in her kitchen and another in her driveway, shook her deeply. She wasn't badly injured, but the fear took hold. She stopped going on her regular walks. She hesitated on stairs. Even stepping outside felt risky. Her world, little by little, was shrinking. But Evelyn didn't let fear win. She learned these 5 walking tricks we're going to talk about, and within just a few weeks, she was walking with confidence again. Not only did she feel steadier on her feet, she started to enjoy moving again. Her posture improved. Her strength came back. And the sparkle in her step? That came back too. Let's begin with the first change, which sounds almost too simple to matter, but it makes a world of difference. It's about where you look when you walk. Most of us, without realizing it, tend to either look straight down at our feet or off into the distance. Especially when we're nervous about falling, we instinctively glance down, trying to spot every little danger underfoot. But here's the catch. When your eyes are fixed straight down, your body tends to follow. Your shoulders hunch, your center of gravity shifts, and your balance becomes more unstable. That's why we encourage the 4-step scan. Instead of looking down or too far ahead, try this. Gently shift your gaze so that your eyes land about 4 steps in front of you. That's your new walking target zone. Just 4 steps ahead. It might sound like a tiny adjustment, but here's why it works. When you focus your eyes a few steps ahead, your brain gets more time to see and react to obstacles. That little garden hose lying across the path? You'll spot it in time to step around it. The uneven sidewalk? You'll notice the dip before your foot lands. It gives your body space to plan, adjust, and stay upright. Evelyn used to struggle in her garden. Those charming stone paths with their twists and bumps became a minefield after her falls. But once she started scanning just 4 steps ahead, everything changed. Her eyes weren't glued to her toes anymore. She was looking forward, upright, balanced. And just like that, the fear began to fade. So the next time you go for a walk, even if it's just from your living room to the kitchen, practice that gentle eye shift. Let your eyes settle 4 steps ahead and trust your body to follow. Now let's talk about something just as powerful, the way your foot hits the ground. Have you ever caught yourself shuffling your feet when you walk? Maybe dragging them a little when you're tired or nervous? That shuffle might seem like the safer choice. Shorter steps, closer to the ground, but it's actually riskier. Shuffling reduces muscle engagement, throws off your balance, and increases your chances of tripping. That's where the heel-to-toe technique comes in. Instead of walking flat-footed, try rolling your foot from the heel to the toe with every step. Think of your foot like a little ramp. Heel lands first, Then the movement rolls forward naturally through the arch, ending at the toes. This simple shift makes a huge difference. When you engage the full movement of your foot, you activate the muscles in your legs, your calves, even your core. Your body moves more fluidly. Your posture straightens, and your steps become more controlled, more deliberate. Evelyn admitted this was the hardest adjustment for her. She'd been walking the same way for decades, flat, cautious, careful. Changing that felt strange at first, but she stuck with it. Just a few minutes of practice a day, walking slowly around the house, focusing on that heel-to-toe roll. Within a week or two, her steps began to feel smoother. She felt stronger. And best of all, she started walking farther without feeling tired or unsure. It's not just about the mechanics, it's about the mindset. Heel-to-toe walking says, I trust my body. I move with purpose. I'm not just trying not to fall, I'm walking to live. Try it the next time you're on your feet. Take it slow. Focus on one foot at a time. Feel your heel connect with the ground, then let the step roll forward naturally. It might feel odd at first, but with a little patience, your body will begin to adapt. And when it does, you'll feel more stable, more grounded, more like yourself again. These two simple tricks, where you look and how you step, are more powerful than they seem. They don't just prevent falls. They give you back a sense of control over your own movement. And that control leads to confidence. And confidence? That opens doors. Let's keep this momentum going, because the next trick is one that's changed everything for Evelyn. And it might just surprise you too. There's something remarkable that happens when you start to feel more confident in your own steps. You begin to look forward to walking again, not just as a way to get from here to there, but as something that reconnects you to the world around you. Trees seem taller. The air feels fresher. The sidewalk doesn't look quite so intimidating. And that's exactly the feeling Evelyn began to rediscover when she started using the third walking trick. It's one of those things that seems almost too simple to matter, but for older adults especially, it's a game changer. It's called the balance reset. Here's how it works. Every 20 steps or so, just stop. Stand still. Plant your feet shoulder width apart and hold your balance for about 10 seconds. That's it. It sounds small, and it is, but don't let its simplicity fool you. These brief pauses give your body a moment to reset, to reconnect, and to check in with itself. When you're walking steadily for a long stretch, especially on uneven surfaces or after a tiring day, your body can start to drift out of alignment. Your posture shifts, your core disengages, and suddenly you're more vulnerable to tripping or stumbling. But when you stop and center yourself, even for just a moment, you remind your body what it feels like to be balanced and stable. You re-engage your core. You stand a little taller, and your brain recalibrates your sense of movement. Evelyn was nervous about this one at first. She was used to keeping a steady pace, especially when walking around her neighborhood or her garden. But once she gave it a try, she realized that those 10-second pauses weren't interruptions. They were like mini check-ins. Each pause helped her breathe, realign, and scan her surroundings with fresh eyes. And the best part? Her walks actually felt smoother, less rushed, more mindful. There's something incredibly grounding about standing still, even briefly. You become more aware of your body, how your weight shifts between your feet, how your shoulders sit, how steady your breath is. It's like pushing a little internal reset button. And over time, that builds muscle memory for balance. Your body learns to find stability faster, more naturally, even when you're not thinking about it. So, the next time you're out on a walk, give it a try. Take 20 slow, steady steps, then pause. Stand tall. Feel the ground under your feet. Let your breath settle, and then continue. You'll find it's not just a physical reset, it's a mental one too. You're not rushing. You're walking with intention. And now let's move on to something that might surprise you: your arms. That's right. Your arms play a bigger role in walking than you probably realize. And the fourth walking trick is all about letting them do their job. You see, when most people think about walking, they think legs. But your upper body contributes just as much to balance and rhythm, especially your arms. Unfortunately, many older adults, particularly those who are afraid of falling, tend to hold their arms stiffly at their sides or even clench their hands into fists. It's a kind of unconscious bracing, a way of trying to stay in control, but it actually throws your balance off. What helps? Letting your arms swing naturally. Letting them move gently in opposition to your legs. Right arm with left leg, left arm with right leg. That natural rhythm isn't just for looks. It helps create momentum, balance, and coordination. It keeps your upper and lower body in sync, which is crucial for steady walking. At first, Evelyn felt silly doing this. She admitted she felt like she was flailing her arms around, even though to everyone else it looked perfectly normal. But after a little practice, she started to feel the difference. Her stride became smoother, her back straighter. Her walk felt less like effort and more like movement. The key is to keep it natural. No need for exaggerated swings or stiff robotic motions. Just relaxed arms, swinging gently as you walk. It helps loosen tension in your shoulders, improves posture, and makes your overall gait more fluid. If you're feeling tense or tight when you walk, or if your shoulders tend to hunch forward, give this one a try. Start in a safe space, maybe in your hallway or on a short walk outside, and pay attention to how your arms are moving. Are they stiff? Are they moving at all? Try loosening up. Shake them out, then begin walking slowly, letting each arm move with the opposite leg. Don't overthink it. Just let your body find its rhythm. You might be amazed at how quickly this one small change can improve the way you feel while walking. It's not just about preventing falls. It's about restoring grace to your movement. Walking becomes smoother, more enjoyable, and far less tiring when your whole body is working together. These little shifts, pausing every 20 steps, swinging your arms naturally, may not sound dramatic, but they speak to something bigger. Reclaiming your body. Reclaiming the confidence to move freely. Because when fear is replaced by rhythm, by breath, by control, that's when life starts to open up again. And there's one more walking trick I want to share with you. Something that ties all of this together into a routine that not only keeps you safe, but helps you look forward to moving again. Sometimes the most powerful changes come from planning ahead. That's why this last walking trick is such a quiet but mighty tool. It's all about preparing your environment so that every walk you take is safer, smoother, and more enjoyable. And it starts with something incredibly simple: pre-planning your walking route. You might not realize it, but the paths we take every day, our sidewalks, neighborhood loops, even our garden trails, can be filled with hidden hazards. Cracks in the pavement, uneven bricks, poor lighting in the evening, all of these things can catch you off guard. And when we're older, a momentary distraction or misstep can lead to more than just a stumble. That's why choosing where you walk is just as important as how you walk. Let's go back to Evelyn for a moment. She used to take a regular evening stroll around her block. It was familiar, convenient, and felt like a habit worth keeping. But after her second fall, she began to really look at her surroundings, and what she noticed changed everything. The sidewalks were cracked in places. The lighting at dusk was too dim to see clearly. And the short downhill slope near her driveway? It wasn't something she had worried about before, but suddenly it felt risky. So she made a change. She started walking at the local school's track, flat, well-lit, smooth, and safe. The difference was immediate. Her anxiety melted away. Instead of constantly scanning the ground in fear, she could enjoy her walk. And because her body was more relaxed, she moved more fluidly, breathed more deeply, and actually started walking longer distances with less fatigue. What she thought was a small change turned into a breakthrough. That's the heart of this trick. Pre-plan your routes. Look around with fresh eyes. Is there a safer option nearby? Maybe a quiet park, a school playground track, or even a shopping center during off hours when the floors are clean and dry. Choose places where the ground is level, well lit, and free of unpredictable obstacles. You don't need to go far. Sometimes just crossing the street to a smoother sidewalk can be enough. And don't let yourself feel bad for switching things up. Walking should feel good. It should lift you, not stress you out. A 15-minute walk on a safe, comfortable path is far more valuable than 30 minutes spent constantly on edge, dodging curbs and cracked concrete. There's also something deeply empowering about making that choice for yourself. When you choose a safe route, you're telling your body and your mind, I want to move with confidence. I deserve to feel steady and in control. That sense of empowerment grows each time you step outside. So take a moment today or tomorrow morning and think about your usual walking path. Is it working for you? Is it helping you feel secure? If not, give yourself permission to explore alternatives. There's no shame in choosing the smoother road. In fact, there's great wisdom in it. And now, as we bring all of this together, let's take a breath and remember why these 5 walking tricks matter so much. They're not just tips. They're not just little hacks for better balance. They're stepping stones, literally and figuratively, toward reclaiming your independence, your confidence, and your joy. We started by adjusting where you look, training your eyes to scan 4 steps ahead. Then, we shifted how you walk, from shuffling to smooth heel-to-toe steps. We added the power of the pause, resetting your balance every 20 steps to reconnect with your body. Then we brought in the rhythm of arm swings, letting your whole body move together with grace and strength. And finally, we made the decision to walk smart, to choose the safer route and walk with intention. Each one, on its own, can make a difference. But together, they form a foundation. A walking routine that isn't just about staying upright, it's about walking proud, walking tall, walking with a sense of freedom you might have thought was gone. And here's the most important part, it's not too late. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, you can begin today. Evelyn did. And now she walks every morning with her group of friends, smiling, chatting, moving with confidence. No more fear of falling. No more feeling stuck or fragile. Just steady, strong steps forward. If you're feeling inspired by her journey, or if you've experienced some of these same struggles, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these walking tricks? What's helped you feel more balanced and safe? Share your story in the comments. We're all in this together, and your experience might encourage someone else who's just getting started. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We share real-life advice every week to help you stay active, healthy, and happy in your golden years. Because this stage of life isn't the end, it's a whole new beginning. A chapter where you get to move, breathe, and live in ways that feel good and free. So, take that next step. Wherever you're walking today, whether it's across the room, down the street, or through your favorite trail, walk like you mean it. You've got everything it takes. Here's to walking with strength, with confidence, with joy. Here's to living your best life at any age,